Our second speaker this morning is a fairly long-time member of Big Sky Toastmasters, certainly a member before we moved back to Right Now Technologies. Ken is an admitted computer geek. He works here at Right Now Technologies as a customer care agent. During the day, he has thousands of Facebook friends and produces movies in his spare time. This is a 5 to 7 minute manual speech titled, Why I Got Dad on Facebook. Please help me welcome Ken.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, about 2 years ago, I got on Facebook and I started to post some pictures of friends, of my family, and I wanted to share that with my own family. Now, a lot of you might think that's a bad idea to try to get your family or parents onto Facebook. I wanted to do it because I wanted to share all of my pictures in one place. I didn't want to have to post pictures of my daughter making Easter eggs on Facebook and then have to do it all over again in the email. It's just way too much time. So I got talking to my parents and wanting to share pictures like this, and so my parents didn't want to do it because they had heard all these stories about how Facebook mines your data and they're going to share your credit card information and you have to give a blood sample. No, but they just had all these ideas, and they're probably right about all of them, actually. I have some suspicions of Facebook myself. So finally, about 18 months later, after begging my dad and trying to assure him that he's not going to be sold into slavery, I got Dad signed up on Facebook one day, and then I could start to post things like the Miles versus Watson showdown at Jeopardy. It's pretty critical stuff. I also sent him a video of George Shearing Quintet. He's a big George Shearing fan from like the 50s and 60s. He's a jazz pianist, and he's got about 7 or 8 old LPs that he kind of got me interested in jazz. And so I sent him this clip thinking that maybe it would start a conversation and I could get him going on Facebook. And so he watched the video on YouTube, and then I was hoping to hear back from him that day. And I did in an email because he doesn't want anybody knowing that he's on Facebook and blowing his cover. So a little later that year, I went on a hike with my friend Sarpa up to Sacagawea Peak, and we had a great time and took some pictures and just really enjoyed the trip with Sarpa. And little did I know that one of those photos would end up on the cover of Montana Outdoors magazine that month. It was, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we had a great hike. You never know what posting stuff on Facebook's gonna do. So the problem with Facebook is lurkers. You might have 5 people respond on one of your posts, and you think maybe 5 people looked at your page. Well, there's probably 50 other people that read that but didn't choose to put anything on the page. So you never know what's going to happen. My wife and I were having a particularly tough time one night getting my daughter to bed, and we were just having struggles, and her daughter was calling us names, and it was just a terrible night. And my wife and I were just pulling our hair out, so we sat down at Facebook, and a friend of mine had posted a Louis C.K. video. He's a kind of a raunchy comedian, but he talks about parenthood type topics, and they're pretty outlandish, like some of the stuff he talks about. So we had a good time. It was got a good stress relief, and I thought I'd post about it and see what other parents had to say about it, and put the YouTube link up there. People watched it apparently, and then there was one lurker in particular that I heard from on Monday morning, and that was my boss here at Right Now Technologies. So what'd you do this weekend other than watching Louis C.K. after the bedtime battles? Lurking is a problem. You gotta be careful what you share on Facebook. So if you can see on the right side there, the online photography degree, Facebook targets their ads to content that you share on Facebook, whether it's what your education is or maybe I was just talking about photography with somebody, and I already have a film and photography degree, but apparently they think I need another one. So luckily they haven't mastered their marketing yet, because they probably will someday. Somebody could just post an old picture of you from college, and they can tag you, and all of a sudden everybody from your life can see what you look like in college, you know, partying down. It's a Halloween costume, but that can happen. And then it's on your wall, and everybody sees it. So. This is kind of interesting. I posted a few pictures on kind of a rally that we had here in Bozeman last year, and somebody tagged it, but they were friends with a guy named Ken Glenn in Australia, and so you just never know where your content's going to end up. It's kind of not a very safe place to put your content. And of course, you might run into lots of famous people on Facebook. You never know who's going to request you as a friend. It's really great because it'll help you get even better at telling different Toastmasters apart, one from another. And you can get to know your new Toastmaster as well. So, Facebook is a really interesting way to get to know people. Sometimes a little more than you'd hope to, and sometimes they get to know you a little more than you'd hope to, but it's a great way to be one person in all areas of your life. I'm trying to do that in all areas of my life. Sometimes I'm this different person at work than at home, but Facebook, it's all under the same umbrella. So I encourage you to check it out, but be careful what you share.